You have a great business. You know it, your employees know it, and so do we. So how do we get everyone else to know it? And how can you do it cost-effectively? It's simple. Use EDDM. EDDM is a direct mail marketing program from the United States Postal Service named Every Door Direct Mail, and it allows you to get your message out for a fraction of the cost of a stamp. Here's how it works. Start by contacting your local Minuteman Press. We are your EDDM experts. Together, we will manage these important steps. First, set a budget that will give you the biggest ROI. Second, design a creative mail marketing piece with an awesome offer. Third, choose the best delivery routes based on demographics and geography. Fourth, print, bundle, and take your mail to the delivery post office. Fifth, manage a schedule for distribution using USPS mail carriers. 70% of people surveyed say that receiving mail is more personal than the internet. And 73% of consumers say they prefer direct mail for brand communication because they can read it at their convenience. With cost-effective EDDM, you can maximize your return on investment. Minuteman Press is your EDDM and direct mail experts. You know your business. We know how to promote it. We are the modern printing industry. Find your nearest Minuteman Press at minutemanpress.com.
All right.
Hey, good morning, guys, and welcome to the grounds. Giles, Jones, Slagle, and our famous Kelsey looking all dapper today, ready to kill it. And we've got Nico doing directing today, so that's a beautiful thing, producing back there. Today we're talking about what is something your parents taught you?
Or legal guardian.
Or legal guardian.
We just didn't have enough room in the title for that, but yeah, and look how good everything looks. Nico back there. I mean, we big shout out to our good friends over at ObsBot. You're looking at us through the new Tail 2. It's AI powered PTZR 4K live production camera. I mean, these guys got it. They're revolutionizing live production with their Tail 2. It's innovative. It's crazy. It's got 12 times AI hybrid zoom. It's just awesome. And stick around because shortly we're going to do an unveiling of it for them, an unboxing, I guess, is what they call that on the interweb. And it's really leveled up our game here in the studio, just on quality and absolutely one of the coolest cameras. I wish you could all see it, but we'll do the unveiling of it. But yeah. Totally unbelievable and really cool. So check them out at ObsBot. That's OBSBOT. ObsBot.com, and it's the Tail 2.
Awesome.
Yeah, look at it. Makes my hair not look gray. So
Morning to you, Don. How are you doing today?
Hey. Good morning.
Yeah.
All right. So what is it? Something that your parent and or legal guardian taught you?
Yeah. And I'm assuming we're going with like specific pearls or nuggets of wisdom that you can remember, because outside of almost everything in my life,
Specific pearls.
Yeah, little
Let's
pearls.
get them.
Because I mean, aside from most things in my life that were taught to me by my parent or legal guardian, you got anything specific in mind?
Yeah, so and my dad is, it's just an incredible man. And at probably 8 to 10 years old, You know, how when you figure out that the light switch and you can make lightning, you know, you up and down the light switch. I mean, this is for our younger generation, rooms used to have light switches that you had to flip on and off. It wasn't motion censored, right?
That was to save money.
And so, you know, I'm sitting there and I'm up, you know, on off, on off, on off, on off, on off, on off, on off. And my dad looks at me, he says, "Hey, buddy," he says, every time you do that, it's one less time that you can do that. Every switch has a certain number of on-offs, and every time there's one less time that you can use that and do that. So everything's got a life cycle, you know. And I'm like,
Yeah, to do it
but
even
I didn't know,
faster.
right? But you know, as I got older, I started understanding it. Right, I of course coach basketball, and I've coached all ages, and I've talked to a lot of parents, you know, who put their kids, you know, in every sport or whatever, and I've seen great athletes burn out because they, you know, and I'm like, you only have so many jump shots in you. You only have so many games in you. The light switch only has so many ons off. Your car only has so many starts. Your life only has a certain number of days, right? So every time you use one, it's one less that you have, right? As I've gone on in life and gone, that's a pretty cool thing, is to go, all right, well, that's one less time, and who knows when the last one is. You don't, you know, at some point you're going to move that switch and it's not going to work, you know. So that's one of the biggest weird lessons as a kid, like as a young kid, that I didn't know, but it stuck with me. And oddly enough, I've told my kids the same thing, like,
Nothing's forever.
No, I like it.
yeah,
It's good.
you only got, you know, that switch only has so many on and offs.
So did you wear that switch out?
I can't probably. I can't remember. It was
You remember him
it was
telling you can't remember when you broke it, right?
It was before solar power. That was back in the 70s, you know, the 1900s and 70s. Yeah. So it's so that's probably the biggest, not the biggest, but one that I learned as a little kid that has stuck with me to go, okay, yeah, bypass the switch. Yeah. Who's that? Drew. Hey, good morning, Captain
Drew.
Good morning, Drew.
Yeah, bypass the switch. Yeah.
Those seem smaller, don't they?
Yeah, you can hit the plus button, and we'll be
That's
able to
old
read
folk
those.
can actually read it. Those blues helping you out any?
It's not even old folk. I can't even see that.
Yeah, yeah. I don't need to see us.
There you go.
You can even do it once more if you want.
Boing.
If you want it. Looking and sounding good. Now, if Scott would make sense, it would be the full package.
Who smart ass is that?
That's Don.
It's gotta be done.
Don, I had to figure
That's
I love
gotta
you.
be done.
Then he says,
What-
just
wait,
busting your chops.
Why am I supposed to make sense? That's no fun. What good would that be?
There's
It would
Don's.
not be the grounds
There's
anymore.
Don's wisdom.
Yeah, it's Don's wisdom.
Yeah. How about you? Anything?
My dad wasn't really like the serious talk kind of guy. It was more of the have fun and levity kind of
Yeah.
guy. His standard piece of advice that he thought was the best to give, and it used to drive my mom crazy, was always keep in the spare pocket of your wallet, always keep $50 in a condom. And he told me that since I was 7 years old, up until the day he died.
At 7 years old.
That was his advice. And
Your
my
son.
mom used to get so mad, and he'd pull out his wallet, and he'd be like, "There's a secret pocket." He's like, "Enough room for a $50 bill and a condom. You keep it in there." I didn't have a wallet. I was 7. When I got a wallet, he got me a condom and a $50 bill, and I've kept it in my wallet every day since.
Now Steve has 14 children because he keeps pulling out the $50 bill. I swear I wrapped it up. What's this condom for?
I keep wasting money.
I try to buy dinner with this condom. It doesn't work.
And what did that teach you?
Absolutely nothing, other than my dad liked to tell jokes.
Well, yeah, I mean,
How
it's-
about be prepared?
Yeah, no.
yeah,
be
that's not the
prepared?
Boy Scout motto.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At 7 years old, you're probably going,
No.
Dad, what did I do that would actually prompt you to
It's actually
give
a
me a condom at
real
7?
good lesson. If you don't use this, it's going to cost you.
Yeah. No.
There you go.
Or it's going to cost you to use it. That's why the 50's with the condom.
Or you take them on the date with the $50, then you get the
That's
condom after.
See,
Flowers.
I don't
Yeah.
I don't think the $50 is for like a date person.
Yeah, that's
It's for a date, but it's not for like
Yeah.
flowers. You
not
know
for
what
all
I'm
night.
Yeah.
saying? The $50 is
Limited time only.
yeah. It's for a rental, if you know what I mean.
Now he carries a Bitcoin and a napkin. It's
Times have changed. My dad always used to say cash is king, you know?
Yeah. It is king, but holy cow. You wanted to find the queen with that 50 is what I think he was getting at.
I don't know if it was a queen.
Well, there you go.
all right, Queen.
Depends on the
Something to
service,
sell
but
us? Yeah.
50-50 shot, you know?
Yeah, true. Very true.
Well, that's a good one. When you have kids, you can pass that along to your daughter.
Yeah,
Wonderful.
totally. That's what I'm going to do. I can see Sam's face right now. Oh, my God.
They would have to prompt you, be like, what did I do
Yeah.
to put this in front of me?
20.
So
30.
let me ask you, let me see your wallet. You got a $50 bill and a condom still in there?
No, Sam got me one of those smart things now, so it's just a real thin thing that carries my cards. But my real wallet,
condoms.
but my real wallet at home still has all my stuff in it.
So the lesson didn't stick.
Well, it's like
Stupid
when I
money.
travel, I bring my real wallet, but normally I just bring my cards and my ID. In the little
No room for a condom.
No room for a condom.
the
Hey,
little
man, you better
smart-
think about that
No
one.
room for cash either, which I'm undecided about. I don't.
6'7"?
That sucks.
Yeah, 6'7", you know.
That's outdated, I heard.
No,
6'7"
it's
is good.
not.
Is it, though?
No, it's not.
I didn't hear about it until, 2 months ago?
It's
Like,
been outdated since it started.
Yeah. I don't know if it was ever undated.
Yeah. Well, the date was 6'7", so it definitely wasn't date.
Yeah, hey,
You, you know, the first recorded use that we can prove is Shakespeare, 6'7".
so, I didn't.
Sixes and sevens.
Woo, and that's a moment of
sixes
speed.
and sevens was bad luck in a popular dice game of the time.
Oh.
It was So he wrote that everything in his play was it King Henry. He wrote everything's coming up 6'7".
really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's
I
interesting.
had
So
no
that's where the
idea.
kids got it. They were staring
Yeah,
at their phones.
that's where the kids got
That's
it.
where the kids got it. They look,
You know
he
those
did it way
kids in
back
their-
when. It's got to be cool.
the kids in their underground Shakespeare.
Yeah.
I've never caught myself doing this and thinking 6'7", though. You know what I mean?
So what does 6'9" mean? Where did that come from?
Exactly.
Figured you would know that fun fact.
Yeah.
Well, it's 6'7", and then it takes 2 to 6'9". You know what I mean?
Hey.
Ooh, is that how you work with
Steve.
Sam? Is that how
You
that
better
went?
put that rubber back
Every
in your
damn day.
wallet, sir. You better put it back in there. You never know what that
That's
charisma.
what I've been. That's what I've been doing wrong all this time. Takes two. That's interesting.
Is that it took one?
Yeah. Let me just say 6'9" wasn't a thing.
Congratulations, sir. Yeah.
In ancient Rome, nobody looked at the Roman numerals and was like, "That looks like two people doing something weird," you know?
Right.
It was- yeah, but then with the Arabic alphabet and the numerals, they're like, "Oh yeah, look at that 9 and that 6 next to each other. What is it? We draw stick figures on the wall. What does that look like?" You know what I mean? And they were like, "Oh, you're right, absolutely.
Yin yang. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a yin yang. Totally."
That's it. That's it. What about you, Kelsey?
I would say the biggest thing my dad taught me was like anything you go into, you do it 100%. So I don't I always tell people I don't know how to step into a pool, I dive in. So like whether it's any sort of job I go into, you get 100% Kelsey. If it's basketball, it's 100%. If
It's about
a
halfway down,
relationship,
you're like, fuck, there's no water in this
Yeah.
pool. I'm in.
I'm dried out.
Yeah,
But
all right.
that would be the
and you
biggest
do,
thing.
right? And it's something that you do.
So it was always 100%. And then my dad says if you feel that your tank is empty, then it's time to move on. So that's the biggest thing. And you always communicate. Because silence, I was taught that silence is the biggest sign of disrespect. So when you're ready, you communicate to somebody like, hey, this just isn't working out for me, but I'm going to go this way.
It's also my wife's way of saying you really fucked up with silence.
Oh, yeah, right? Not everything's fine.
Yeah.
Everything's fine. It's like, honey, I got to go. Car needs gas for tomorrow.
Yikes.
You know, my mom tried to impress upon me, and one of the things she always tried, you know, and as a kid, when your parents tell you, don't care what other people think, your immediate reaction is to be like, the fuck are you talking about? I gotta go to school tomorrow, I gotta be dressed to the nines, all these people are gonna be looking, I got a crush on this girl. It doesn't register when your parents are like, it doesn't matter what other people think about you.
Yeah.
When you're a kid, you're like, of course it matters.
Everything, man.
And my,
Everything
my
matters.
parents were big with that one, trying to tell me that because I was bullied quite a bit, and so it was don't care, and I got bullied because I would speak back at people giving me shit.
Shayna.
You know, I did care, and I mean, I think it's.
still do.
I was going to say, in a lot of respects, in certain areas, I do care.
Well, yeah.
And
Everybody
if you
did.
don't, though, but if you don't, you got to look at it. If you don't care, I mean, I can't say it's good and or bad, but it's not letting it interfere with what you're doing, what their potential or what you think their thoughts are, right? Because their opinion really doesn't matter.
All right. So what do we got over
Yeah,
here?
so Shayna says don't put your smack talk in writing.
Always great advice.
Yeah.
Always great advice.
Around forever.
Said anyone who is a thumb warrior now on social media. Like, whoops, take that advice, folks. And Don says, my dad taught me to work hard and not to work too hard, as he became unhealthy from not shutting it down often enough. You know, and both excellent pieces of advice. So, you know, with the work thing, it all depends. You define hard work. I mean, I get it if you're climbing poles and you climb poles all the time, or you know, doing something physically demanding. But as an entrepreneur, I don't know if you ever stop working. You know, as a person who, a creative person like Kelsey. I mean, you get an idea, you're jotting it down or throwing the idea down all the time. But I don't know if that's too hard, right? That's why I say is define, I guess, too hard.
Well, I think your dad's information to you is just amazing, because that's so many kids these days I feel like are not putting 100. If you decide to do something, right, do it. Put 100% into it and try to get where you're going. And if you don't, knowing when to walk away, right? Like put it into it, put all your effort into it, and if it doesn't work out, when to walk away.
Put your back into it.
Right. Yeah. You gonna sing it for us?
Put your ass into it.
But I get it though. I mean, if you're working like a very high intense physical job, like how many construction work, like my sister's a physical therapist, and the number one people she treat are construction workers. So it's like if your body said I've had enough, like it's time I've had enough. Like, do you want to see your grandkids walk one day? You know, so I
Right.
get that too hard.
Yeah, when's it time
That's
to
why I say
pivot?
what is too. I mean, mentally though too. I mean, if you're. I mean, because there's days that we've all had where you know it's been a mental day and you're more exhausted than if you were roofing a house or something.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
Very
you
true.
know, or you know, I could be running around a basketball gym for 18 hours during the day and feel fine, but then if I have to sit and mentally do 18 hours, I'm more exhausted by that than
Right.
True.
you know.
I mean, just the fact, you know, working hard and giving 100% to what you got is really important, and knowing when to, you know, call it quits, so to speak, because that's, you know, a sign of
100%.
intelligence,
That's
right?
what Shayna just said too.
it's-
Yeah.
You gotta know.
when you cut
too
bait,
hard is
right.
too hard.
Too hard is
Right,
when you
and when
miss
you're
the
not
moments.
seeing the results potentially that you were looking for.
Yeah.
And then you have to reevaluate, why didn't I get those results? Is it me, or is it just I'm not meant to get to that
Yeah.
point, right? And then you have to learn to pivot. And, you know, for me, you know, that's really important, is when do you say when for something? Because not everything you do is going to be successful. But as long as you push it to that point to where, you know, you feel like you've exhausted all of your avenues, right?
Yeah,
And jump
so
on it.
what two of my sages of wisdom that I pass on, and I share a little bit. Lisa Rock the boat. When is that airing, Nico? She had me as a guest on her podcast, and you know, there's a lot of mental health issues out there, and we kind of addressed taking someone who would take their own life or whatever. But I heard months ago, maybe a year ago or so now, you know, someone's like, you know, happily ever after doesn't mean easy, right? And every fairy tale starts in a good spot, and then it goes through the turmoil and the dark, and then it comes out to a good spot. But it doesn't mean that it's easy, right? And so I try to share that with my team, with my kids too. It's like, you can live happily ever after. Don't mean it's going to be easy. You can be happy, but you're gonna have to fight through some shit. And the other is. That is very hard for probably 90% of the world is, you know, be where your feet are planted, Right? So many people live in the past. So many people live in the future. They worry about the future. There's anxiety, things like that. So, and what spurred this was what Shayna said is, when you miss those moments, there's been times as a creative person, as an entrepreneur, where I was there. I'm at their recorder. They're playing hot cross buns, but my mind is going 90 miles an hour everywhere else. So I wasn't really present. I wasn't there, even though I was there, right? And I know that there are things that I missed, even though I was there, and because I just wasn't where my feet were planted at that moment.
And that's an important thing that, as myself has learned too. You can't always be in the present. You have to have a small amount of past and future in you to keep moving, right? To appreciate where you've been and to understand how you're going to get to where you want to go, right? But
say that again.
I said you need to have a little bit I think you need it intertwined, at least for me. You need to be able to look into the past, right, and kind of know where you've been to figure out where you're going, right, to use that as a stepping stone. Being present in what you're doing is important, so focusing on what your task is right now, but you have to appreciate what has happened to you and hopefully learn from any lessons that you've gotten, right, to move yourself forward. But you also have to, because we've talked about this, you say, I'm always out over my skis, right? I look into the future, and sometimes that does fuck me up, but it also will set me up to plan for the avenue and the place that I'm trying to get to, right? Instead of just sitting in the moment. Because if I'm always in the moment, I don't think it's easy for me to progress, because then I'm sitting right here. I'm only worried about what's right here, not what's next. And if I think about what happened before, I can go reevaluate and go, shit, that didn't work. If I want to get here, I've got to make sure I don't do this. Or I got to do a better job at what I did and failed at before, right? And that's the one thing that my parents taught me, is to never give up, right? If you really want something bad enough. And I don't know if they actually even really said that to me a whole lot, but I watched, right? Like I watched my parents. My mom was a stay-at-home mom, but she never gave up. She did what she needed to do when she needed to do it. My dad did what he needed to do. And of course, life changed, up downs, but just keep moving forward, right? Never give up. If it's really important to, kind of like what your dad said, Kelsey, give it 100%, right? If you know you gave what you're doing 100% and it never didn't work out, and you did everything that you felt or thought you needed to do, when's time to pivot, right? It might not be that time. And that's where another thing that kind of falls into this is finding yourself like a mentor, right? Like I have a lot of older friends throughout my whole life, and I still do. I love to talk to older people to learn from them, right? So I kind of intertwine those. And like I said, I don't even know if they know that that's one of the things that they really instilled in me, is just to keep going. If you're going to do it, do it, right?
Yeah.
And
So
that's important.
Shayna said the best part of being an employee is there's a solid end to your day.
Always.
Yeah.
True that. As an entrepreneur, we do not have that. No solid ends.
Tough. It's
a
tough.
solid end to that particular mode of the day or project of the day.
Depends on the employee.
You got a good point there, sister. And then what's Heather say? Heather's work hard, be honest, work things out with people, read all you can about all you can. So many things. Yeah. And we don't do enough reading.
That falls into
as
that
a
song I love,
society.
to work hard and be nice to people, right? I mean, give people what you want. Work hard, be nice to the other people, and someday that will hopefully come back to you. And if not, you did the right thing, though, right?
Yeah, I
You're
think
treating people the way that you'd want to be treated.
I think it's interesting because as kids, we hear the old adages and sayings that everybody says. Penny saved is a penny earned. More than one way to skin a cat.
And for those who are just learning and are young, a penny was a coin that the United States used to mint.
It was
Currency.
copper.
But
I've got a few if you want to buy them from me.
But I think part of growing up
$5.
is realizing the truth in those sayings when people say them to you. As you're growing up, people say them, and don't rock the boat. It's just random phrases and sayings. And these, as a kid, you hear these old adages, and you're like, who is skinning cats? Who's killing birds with stones? This is horrible. Like, and as a kid, you're just like, this is really dumb. Why are you quoting this to me? And as you start to get older, there are times in your life where you're like, oh,
We have that
I
aha
100%
moment, right?
understand the relevance of this exact quote
That aha
in
moment.
this moment. Yeah.
Cappuccino the other day goes, if the early bird gets the worm, why is patience a virtue? Well, that's a good point.
Right.
That is true.
Why was it called the Cosby Show when they were the Huxtables?
But I very often find myself, thinking, oh well, that's the relevance of what was said to me.
Yeah.
But I didn't understand it as a kid, but I can remember when people would say it to me.
Well, the one that always got me to as a kid was, you are what you eat. That's come 100 full circle
yeah, I
from
heard that my
100%,
whole life.
right? You are what you eat. You're like,
No wonder they
whatever.
call-
Give me a Twinkie. You leave me alone.
No wonder they call you. No wonder they call you a dick.
Yeah, right.
Oh, hey, oh.
Well, how about the throw some
Call me a
balls?
dick? Oh, hold on,
Explain
time
that
out.
one.
Nico, can you cut the camera?
Nico, we might have to roll that back, but I'm pretty
You
sure
said-
Scott said you are what you eat. I eat Twinkies, therefore Scott is a twink. I'm not. I didn't say it. Okay, this is all. We're gonna have to roll
That
it
was a
back.
pure example, sir.
We're gonna have to roll it
So
back.
who's more yellow, you or your wife?
What?
Because there's
I would-
cream in the middle.
I
so
would
I'm
say
trying to
my
figure
wife.
out,
Then. If you're gonna
which
go there, I'm
one's
gonna
more-
say my wife.
Oh, okay.
Which one? Yeah. There you go.
But I mean, when I used to
got you
get that
wrapped
all the
around the
time. I
finger.
thought they were just nuts, right? I mean, that's come.
Are,
That's
are we
just
still
so-
talking about what you eat?
Some days.
Okay.
Unless you want to talk about something different. I mean, I can
No,
go any
I-
direction
no,
you
that's
So
want.
wait, are all three of you gentlemen pussies?
What?
Yeah.
Yeah,
are we
absolutely.
talking
That
You are
that's
what
one.
you eat.
Listen, that is one thing that I think is such a misused
I'm a Brussels
statement.
sprout.
Because if you call, for me, it's almost like a compliment if someone calls me because. No, think about this one. And I'm going to use the word. A pussy is
wasn't.
very strong, resilient, and can do amazing things. Right? But you say they use it as a derogatory statement. It's really not.
You
Right?
know
I
what?
mean, you have
shit.
children. I know, but I mean,
Makes money, it's
it makes
revenue.
money.
I
It's revenue.
love that we're discovering.
That is not what I learned from my parents.
I love we're watching in real time as Scott discovers genderizing terms
Right.
as a bad thing.
Yeah, the second
yes,
mouse gets the cheese.
100%.
That's right.
You're correct, Scott.
Jerry, you okay?
In this day and
Hey,
age.
I look at things differently. You know what I mean? That's a beautiful thing.
It's Grandpa Kent should be 216 first kid program. I see teaching moments delivered with an edge. Oh boy, yeah. Canceled right away. We would we would be canceled. Leave that, Don. Hell yeah, Lord love that, Don. Yeah. I'm the old sage now with my grandson, so that's good. I teach him a lot of good stuff.
Isn't that for his parents to teach him things?
Nope.
Not your job to teach or raise your kid. Isn't that what you said
No,
last week?
I didn't say
about
I raised. Did I
grandparents?
say
We missed
raise?
you.
Did I say raise?
Yeah.
I said I
Teach.
Yeah. This is a big.
Wasn't that raising a kid, teaching them?
You know, another big one I would say my folks taught me was dressing for the assignment.
Mm.
You know,
I missed that.
and
I missed that
people
memo.
would say when we went to church, you always wear your finest
Remember
clothes.
that, and,
you
and
know?
afterwards, don't get them dirty.
Yep.
Oh man.
If you got them dirty, you were screwed. You were doing chores for 2 days.
Yep. Yeah.
But anytime you went to an interview, that's why I have a hard time with people wearing suits with tennis shoes. Because I didn't get raised like that. Now I understand with Sports Network because it's athletic shoes. I understand it, or all white and all black. But my friends are trying to get me in the rhythm of I have some really nice rose gold Pumas on right now. But I'm how I feel like it dresses me down, because that's what my dad always taught me. There's dress shoes and tennis shoes.
Well, back in the day, that was the case.
So-
You couldn't go to any place without work without wearing a tie or a suit. Now it's you wear a tie and a suit, people look at you.
I mean, even people
Yeah.
that worked
What are
in
you doing?
factories wore ties back, and then
Yeah.
they're like, well, people started getting choked out because
Yeah, really,
they
get caught in the machine.
Yeah.
and they had to put clip-ons on.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember my father-in-law was a chemical engineer for 3M for years and years and years. And I remember when they said, you don't have to, he'd always put the clip-on tie on, and and as a young kid, I was like, clip-on tie. He's like, yeah, that way I
doesn't
don't
get
kill
killed.
myself if it gets stuck in, and I'm like, oh, it makes good sense. Sorry, I wasn't laughing. But then I remember he was like, it was so weird going to work without a tie after 20 odd years of having to wear a tie every, and they're like, no,
People of your father-in-law and my parents' age, I mean, that was it. You did not go anywhere that had to do with business that you did not have minimally shirt and tie.
Well,
right? And,
But I still feel like it's to this day, like dress to impress isn't a thing still. Like when you go into a job interview, how I dress should match my resume.
shoot, go to court.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God! You know, I was taught you go to court, you wear your Sunday best going to
Yep.
court because that's honoring the judge, honoring the court.
It's a
Now,
sign
you
of
roll up in
respect.
there today, you got people in pajamas, you got people in just ripped stuff, and I
dressed
still
as furries.
I still show up. I still show up in business attire if I go to court.
As
you
long
know.
as you don't tell the judge you're not really that Tom Jones, right? And sing a song
That's
in front of him and piss him off.
That's right.
Well, even like
You thought that was
lawyers-
going to work, and it didn't work.
It didn't work at all.
Pissed that judge off more than anything.
I know.
Even those like blue collar jobs are so like casual now,
Mm-hmm.
you know. And I'm like, you're a lawyer, dressed like that? Like I don't understand it.
Well, there are certain professions you want to see them dress appropriately, right?
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to see, my doctor wearing a costume.
Yeah. Yeah.
Lady, like,
Heather, Heather says she can remember when a woman couldn't wear pants to work, had to be skirts or a dress. So ladylike. Oh yeah, and then we used to
That
call
wasn't
you
ladylike 'cause
we
the-
used to
'cause
call
the-
you honey and
Yeah, because the boss was just a pervert. He didn't want to see you, and so he wanted to see you in something nice.
know.
Yep.
Those days are.
Thank you, Mrs. Clinton, for making that. Never mind. What was it like for the men that were raised wearing hats? So I wear a hat, and anybody who knows me, every time I walk into a building, I always take my hat off. I mean, before I get the second foot in the door, but because this is branded, that's why I'm wearing it here in studio, because it's a little bit of branding. But even if I'm wearing a baseball hat, anytime that before my second foot goes in the door, the hat comes off, because I was always taught you don't wear your hat inside. Right, if I'm around, so like with the women's basketball team that I'm around, if I'm going outside, once I'm outside, I'll put it on. But being around ladies too, is you take the hat off, right? So I'm literally that guy.
So they taught you
because-
some good morals and
Yeah,
values.
and my mom always said you don't show up to church with words on your shirt. So there won't be any words or logos or anything on,
Even if it said, "Praise
when I go to
Jesus"?
church. Yep, if those are words, then yeah, you don't go. Yeah.
Man.
That's what I was taught.
That was appropriate,
Yeah.
though.
Yeah, and that's
Love God.
but we've all seen the meme of the little kid from the '70s getting his picture taken, and he's got a 3-piece suit and he's got the jacket. He's like, "Yeah, got picture day at school, but got to sell my '77 Cutlass today after school." That's the way school pictures were too, man. You
dressed up, yeah.
yeah, you put
Didn't
the
make
nines.
him look any better.
You
but
put the
he still
nines
dressed
on.
up.
Dress to the nines. There's another one. How do nines dress?
Same way sixes do, just a little
Slightly
bit taller.
less than tens.
Tens? Yeah. Right. But that was, that was it. And do I hold that true with my? I don't know. My kids probably wear shirts with words on it now. They can't buy a shirt really without words. But
So I never wore graphic tees. Like I have probably 2 or 3 T-shirts that have words on them.
Yeah.
I've got one that says "Support Local," and I wear it like to certain things.
You're locked in.
Facebook famous.
very sort of famous.
I've got one that says "Elephants never forget, and they never forgive," and he's got a knife in his trunk. That's the only graphic T-shirt that I have. And then a couple band shirts like from concerts that I bought. Alcohol shirts that have the
Hey,
branding
did you hang
on them.
out with Belushi the other week?
I did not.
Oh, I didn't make it, huh?
No, my buddy was in town.
Oh,
Yeah, he ruined my whole week.
I was thinking about you. That was last week? 2 weeks
Yeah,
ago.
it would have been Thursday.
Yeah,
Just yesterday, actually, they had the thing.
last week.
Did your
No, it would have been because I was planning way ahead.
Oh, got it.
So I think he was just in
when,
town.
when you
yesterday.
guys were being raised up, did anybody in your family, parents, grandparents, significant others, tell you just to treat people the way you want to be treated?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
this
the
is
golden
gold-
rule.
It's golden rule.
The golden rule.
Don't,
right?
don't watch the golden rule on Fallout. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah.
I like Fallout.
That's a good one.
That's a
man.
great one. I
you
feel
still
like
got
it's
a
all
bobblehead?
4 of my favorite movies in one.
I got a Vault Tech bobblehead here.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, I'll show you. It's
Okay.
awesome. Yeah, it's sweet. Yeah, it's great. It's good. It's really good. Yeah. The golden rule, right? And I still live by that.
Right.
I treat people like I want to be treated. Sometimes I want to be treated like an asshole. So I'm an asshole.
Well, you can't be upset if you get treated that way because you treat them that way,
That's right.
Certain
Yeah, that's what I
respects,
said.
you're like, all right, I gave you shit the other day. I deserve that one instead of getting bent out of shape, right?
What do we got there? Were you raised to surrender your seat to an adult? Yep.
Yeah.
100%.
And a woman.
Yeah,
100%.
open the door for women.
And I'll still do that on the Metro or whatever. If I'm,
Dude, have you opened a door for a lady lately?
yeah, just yesterday.
Did you? I've had some. I do that all the time. I'm
Yeah,
very
ladies
courteous.
now are like, I don't need you to open
Right?
the door.
Yeah.
open.
She looked
You
at
know
me
what?
like I was crazy. I'm like, just go in the door already.
You can't call her
Harassment.
sweetheart or smack her ass when she walks through. That's the
Oh,
problem.
that's the problem. Son of a
Yeah,
bitch.
normally it's fine. Holding a door is generally okay. But
I didn't learn from my elders.
hands,
Damn it.
hands to yourself when they walk through. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the general rule.
Yeah.
I hate to see you leave,
Here,
but I
come,
love.
come on in. I'd like to breathe you.
It's like that saying. I hate to see you leave, but I love to watch you walk away. And,
You first,
that's-
please. Like, let me be
Yeah,
weird about it.
Shouldn't hold the
Right,
door.
Nico?
Shouldn't hold the door and ask, "Do you get a hamburger with that shake?" Is that it?
Unless you want to get kicked. I can see you doing that one as a young kid. Even as an adult, maybe.
Scott and his upskirt Kim. Hey,
Yep.
yep. And you get that right.
That's called a selfie stick now.
Right. Oh, that's not what I. Never mind. Anyway, yeah, I still do that, and you know because of the white hair on
we
the
say?
face.
Oh, 86, Dad. You put 96. Jesus, don't date yourself. Don't give yourself 10 more years, buddy.
Because of the white hair on the face, women just go, well, he's old. I mean, nobody gets offended. I've never had anybody get offended when they're always
When
like,
you're
hey,
old
thank you,
now.
sir. And I'm like, sir.
Yeah, sir. Don't call me sir,
Right,
please.
but,
you just ruined the whole experience for
But
me.
yeah, I have never had anybody, man, woman, child, whatever. If I hold the door for them, hey, let me get that for you. I've never had somebody trip out and be like, I can open a door. They're always like, thank you so much, you know.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Normally, there's
I mean, when I do
no
it,
words
man.
even exchanged. It's
Yeah.
just
And what do they
nod.
do?
I always
They
get a
get
thank you.
mad because they're like, no, that's my job. And I'm like, well, you didn't do it first. So I'm holding the door.
Be like, I'm changing the way the world
Yeah,
works.
you
right?
slow on the
I
draw.
don't
Right?
But
Yeah.
I will always say, here, let me get the door for you. I don't just
Yeah.
do it in silence. I'm like, here, let me get the door for you. And
That sets it up a little bit differently.
Yeah, no. Anytime.
Give them the option to tell you to fuck off. Don't touch that door.
If you go to a crowded restaurant and people are coming in and out, if you're at the door, I mean, that's just the general rule. If you touch the door first, you hold the door for anybody who's within walking range, man, woman, indifferent.
Is that at walking range? I've always thought, where do you cut it off? Because
No,
if
yeah,
you-
'cause-
you're
so-
sitting there,
so-
it's like
so
your
if I
family's
have-
all gone.
So the way I time it in my head is if there's enough time for the door to naturally close on its own before the next person gets to the
That's
door,
okay.
I'm holding it too
yeah, I
long.
think you're right there.
I'm holding
That's
it too
acceptable.
long. But if I walk through the door and the door will be shutting as somebody walks up to it, then I should
That's
hold
when
the
you
door.
hold it
Yeah,
as you're
I'm
walking
with you.
through and let
Yeah,
them handle
I'm
it.
100%. Yeah.
But
Like, your mom-
at the end of
mom, dad
basketball
raised you
games,
right.
I've held the door for like 5 minutes.
Yep.
You can't walk
You become
away,
the
right?
leader at that point.
It's you. So in high school, I made that mistake.
This is
After
awkward.
school,
Let me
you're
close
walking out
this.
to the buses and you open the door to let yourself out, and there's a flood of kids. If you find yourself holding the door for anybody, you're stuck there.
You're
then.
stuck.
You're stuck
You
there
are
for like
stuck.
15
That's what
minutes.
Kent finds
because-
himself doing because he can't give the bear
Honey,
to
why
let
are
it
you
go.
late to dinner? I let everybody out of the gymnasium.
I had to empty that place.
It's sold out theater. But I have been in that position where somebody else is like, oh, hey, buddy, thanks. You've been there. You know, you're like, oh, okay, you sure?
Oh yeah, it's my time to take over.
Yeah.
Someone coming up.
Yeah.
That's common. That's cool.
Make courtesy common again. Yeah,
Yeah,
for
I
real.
agree.
Yeah.
be
Absolutely. Don, are the people much different in Texas? Everything's bigger in Texas first. But,
So they say.
yeah, that's I think it's interesting too. You go state to state to state. When we were out at Nico and Drew and I were out at the NAM convention in California, that people didn't say right. I mean, everybody was pretty cool, but nobody was like, "Hey, thanks, buddy. Really appreciate that," or it's just like, yeah, you were expected to or something. It
Yeah, I
was.
hate that. I
I mean,
hate that feeling.
and I was allergic to California, so I didn't have a good time.
And that's the one. That's the one thing that I like so much about like Galena, Iowa. It's I'm going to say people are you want to use this term normal, right? They wave to you. They say hi. They don't know you.
Yeah.
They'll hold the door for you. They don't expect things. It's just a normal. They're treating you the way they really want to be treated. I mean, the first couple of years I was out there was weird. Everybody driving by, even no clue, just they wave at you as you go by. It's like You can walk by. Like yesterday, I went into this place. I was in the post office, right? Nice lady standing in line in front of me. I'm like, hey, good morning. Dude, she just stared at me. Didn't say nothing. Then she gets up to the counter, the lady, oh, good morning. I'm like, did it take any skin off of your nose to say hi? I mean, I was nice in greeting. It was, mid-morning, so it wasn't like she was still asleep.
Because you had your
Stranger
upskirt
danger,
camera.
man. Stranger danger.
So
No, but I mean, she was
Stranger
like
danger.
almost offended. I said good morning because I didn't know her.
So it's interesting comparing our to other areas, because I think people from other areas would consider our area to be that area. When I left my house this morning, everybody walking their dog waved to me as I was driving past, and I did the little 2-finger wave off of my steering wheel to every single person walking their dog. My neighborhood's 20 miles an hour. If you don't wave, they're like, okay,
That's nice.
you're obviously you obviously don't live here. You're just visiting somebody.
Yeah.
Like that's. And then I was helping a friend of mine. His mom moved into apartments here in Woodstock. I'm standing there by the truck waiting. Everybody who walked past from the apartments were like, "Hey guys, how are you?" And I was like, "Hey,
I love
great
that.
to see you." Yeah,
That helps you
very
make a better
friendly,
day.
Very friendly. Didn't know us. Obviously moving in, they all said hi. Very friendly area, and I just think people who maybe move from Chicago to the suburbs would see us as that down home country friendly area.
So, Doctor, what's his name? Doctor Dick or Doctor Joe?
Zhivago?
No, the guy on the guy on the insurance commission is like all homeowners turn into their parents or whatever. You know what I'm
Oh
talking
yeah,
about?
yeah.
And I'm literally, I laugh because I'm like, that's literally me. You know?
Right. Hey, don't do that. Don't do that.
Now when I start talking, Jan, is there, you're like, oh, I'm an idiot.
I pulled in their trash cans. That's not your job.
Right. Hey, let me just get that for you.
Because when we're younger, we didn't want to be called our parents, but now I take it as like a high five.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, because my parents have
Compliment.
such good reputations that it's like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, I'm totally their child.
That's
You
it.
got it.
That's it. Yeah, no, and that's the fun part about that is as you grow as a dad who's got adult kids and you see your son or your daughter do something that you or your wife did and go, okay. There's still times, right? My dad's 83, and there's still times something will come out of my mouth and I'm like, oh my God.
I sound like my dad.
That was my dad right there, So
So you did listen.
yeah. Yeah, Todd says he is the progressive.
Well, it is
commercials.
great to see
It's
when
so true.
your kids do something that you taught them, and just like that common courtesy, right? I mean, that's the world I thrive for. To have that to where everybody is communicable and respectful. You don't have to hang out and have a conversation, but if you say good morning to somebody, you can say good morning, even if you're having a shitty day. I mean, a lot of times for me, if I'm having a bad day and someone says hi to me or good morning or whatever, I mean, it will change my mood slightly because it's, they went out of their way to do that. And it's almost like people can't be.
Yeah, but not
waste their
everybody was
time.
raised the same as you were. Like my dad
Right.
always taught me that just because you were raised in this household doesn't mean the next house next to you is raised in the same way.
Exactly.
So my dad, it was
Loving
big
your
for them.
glasses.
Thanks.
Really dialed in on those.
I just love how he's a distraction bear. Appreciate you.
Yeah.
Did you get tints on yours?
Yeah, these are some new ones. These are pretty cool. They're
Some blue dudes.
They're blue dudes. Yeah.
Oh, you are all blue. Are you blue?
He's feeling blue. He's got blue hat, blue glasses, blue shirt.
Yeah, no.
But I don't really hold it against people. They don't say. I'm just like, okay, how you doing? Like I'm just nice in general. I have common
Well, you're
courtesy
treating
to
them the way you
fault.
want to. I mean, it feels nice when people
Yeah, but I don't get upset with them
acknowledge.
if they
with
don't
you.
treat me the
I
same
don't
way.
either. I'm like, oh,
I don't care. I just
And
it
I-
makes my day. I like to cater to people,
And
so I don't care.
I don't have a problem with discourtesy. I can't even remember the last time I was out in town getting a sandwich or something and somebody was discourteous. Like I don't notice if somebody fails to say hi to me. If I went out of my way to shake their hand and they blew me off, maybe. But like if I hold the door and somebody doesn't say thank you, oh well. Like that's just it's
Yeah.
the morning. They're in their own head. I'm in my own head.
Yeah.
I'm doing my own thing. I don't remember. I can't remember the last time somebody went out of their way or said something rude or was discourteous on purpose.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. If I'm being nice or whatever like that, and they're dicks.
I don't think people actually
see you next
knowingly are
Tuesday,
being
something
that
like-
way. I mean,
I don't think I even notice it, to be honest, because I'm too consumed. Like, oh, how you doing? How's your day? Like, let me be the opener.
Yeah.
You don't have to.
I got you. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. But don't get me wrong. Y'all know who I am. If they're a total jackass, I'll say something as they walk by. It don't bother me. But all right, Dick, you're all right, whatever.
Ref, you don't
Sure.
see that's out of bounds? You're
Right.
standing right here.
Right. I said that to a ref the other day. I said, man, he's refed a few of the games over the last few years. I'm like, man, I tell you need glasses, but you got new ones. They look nice.
No, not you.
Oh no, I always have.
And I think the other thing too that my dad always raised me on too is the Oreo effect. So it's like the positive, negative, positive. So my
Oh.
dad and I call it now like professionally disrespecting somebody.
Yeah.
And they'll have no idea. They get
The
at the end of
compliment sandwich?
Yeah, at the end they're like, "Thank you so much," and I'm like, "I totally just drilled into you, but you didn't even realize
I
it."
thought you meant two blacks and a white, but never mind. I just
Well, I mean that is my life. My kid is mixed.
So, like, you explain to me, or you can like tell them something nice, rip them down, and then tell them
Like
something
so
nice again.
so if you have an
So,
issue with
confirm,
somebody,
build, burn.
hey, I really
Constructive.
like your outfit today, but hey, do you need some cologne or something like that? But hey, I like your shirt.
It's-
So,
Right.
it's, so you
Bad
do,
hygiene.
You
Yes.
do the build, burn, build.
Yeah, it's a
build them
classic-
up. Hey, it's great. Well, you suck at this, but hey, you got a nice outfit. Right?
It's a
Like,
classic
Yeah.
management
positive, a
technique.
negative, a positive.
So like if you've ever had to give somebody an annual review
Yeah.
that works for you before, the compliment sandwich is the most effective way to do it.
100%.
Because they
Sets
have
the tone.
You have something you need to correct about their behavior, so you pull them in and it's like, hey, you walk in here every day, everyone loves you. You really bring the air up a bunch. I noticed that you're clocking in 10 minutes late every day. We got to work on that. But you are like the funniest person I've ever met in my life. I mean, you're the heart and soul of this team.
That you'll
times
actually
are-
get them to listen to you.
And
because-
times are tough, so no raise this
Yeah,
year.
right.
Right, and that's a way to get their attention to actually listen to you, because obviously people don't like to be cut down and ripped on. But if you say, hey, you look awesome today, but you showed up 10
I mean,
minutes late, we love you.
That could be a whole different show because
Right.
HR won't allow you to be truthful and upfront with people. Like, listen, you're going to work here, and we're going to look each other in the eye when we talk to each other, and we're just going to be brutally honest with each other. HR is like, well, can't do that.
No.
No, there's too
can't
many
do that.
lawsuits.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Same.
HR is like brutal honesty gets us a lot of lawsuits. So
Yeah.
you're gonna need that sheltered honesty.
So that's why we have to. I call it ham sandwiching. You got the bun, the fluffy stuff, and the meat of what you want them to get at, and then the bun again.
Fluffy.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
send 'em
It's a
off- send 'em
Canadian
off in
ham,
a
'cause that
positive.
shit's only like this much thick.
Yeah, sometimes.
can't send them off.
Sometimes it's a shaved ass ham.
You don't want to. You don't want to end the meeting on a bad note.
You eat a brown sugar glazed at least?
Yeah.
That's right.
Well, it'd be counterintuitive if you ended your conversation on a bad area, saying you suck, right? Because
Yeah.
then all they're going
What's
to walk
wrong
away
with
with.
that? That's how we grew up.
That's how we.
Well,
grew up.
Like, come on.
We
It took me
learned.
so
We
hard.
learned.
I couldn't even develop it at fresh time. It was bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well done. Enter on the personal. Address the issue. Exit on the personal. Yeah. Yeah. So right now I'm going through player evaluations and end of season stuff, and I'm like, nope, I'm not ham sandwiching. I mean, we want to get better, and I'm paying these student athletes money, right? So we want to get better. So brutal honesty, to me, it needs to come back into this world, because I think it's right. That's all I'm going to say. I think it's right. So as I'm doing these evaluations, as I did my evaluation on myself, I was brutally honest as well.
We need.
Right.
Why lie to yourself?
But it's I lie to myself every day. I look in the mirror. I'm like, gosh.
It didn't crack yet.
That's a
And
different story.
then I get on camera. I'm like, boy, yikes! Why did I think that was
Well,
right?
I think getting back to HR has made it really tough in that respect, but the brutal honesty really is important, because if you're fucking up, you're fucking up. That's one reason that I don't actually, I hire and fire, but I don't manage the people, because I am brutally honest. I don't have the time, the wherewithal, or the bandwidth to sugarcoat shit. Look, you did it wrong. Do it the right way.
Well, you can
It's not
manage.
rocket
You
science.
can manage your time and you can manage your money, but you can't manage people. You can lead people.
Okay, I'll take that. I'll take that. You can lead people.
You can put that. There's bumper stickers.
There's
There's
a
merch.
bumper sticker
There's
for the
merch.
day. But you're not wrong.
There's
But I
merch.
mean, you
Quit-
have to
quit
candy
flicking
coat
the
everything so
switch.
you don't. People get offended on
I
everything.
want to be the
today.
switch that you think it's going to go up, but it goes down. It doesn't turn on the
right.
light. I'm like,
Don't
those
you-
damn electricians, fuck this
Right?
up for
Don't
me.
you hate that?
Get upside down on you.
So, or you get the loop, and
Yeah.
I'm the guy at my house. So, like our kitchen, there's, I got two switches on either end of the kitchen.
3 ways.
And sure. Sure, whatever.
Hey, if they both work, it's a three-way.
And off has to be down.
Oh, you're OCD like that?
Yeah. So I'll be
You're
like,
the one that
yeah,
Bing,
Ken's
bing,
like,
bing,
no.
bing, bing, bing.
right. Hey, I gotta go over and go. All right.
Zachary's like that.
Oh yeah.
Because we've got one bank, there's like 6 switches
Yeah.
in one, and then the other side, I'll watch him walk through the house, and I'm like, dude, what? It
It's so
drives
true.
me nuts.
I'm
I'm
that
like,
way too, Zach. I listen. It's just the way it is. You're like the lights are off.
that's the
That thing should-
uniformity. It's
should
that
be done.
uniformity thing, right?
Yeah.
Like you can't look at a switch and it's like up, down, up, down, up, down.
Yeah, I can't do that. Yeah, it's crazy, but that's a little bit of something.
So
about
do you
me.
fold your toilet paper into a triangle when you change it out?
At the beginning, so it's easier to pull?
Yeah.
Well, first of all, you're
doesn't change out the
you're
toilet
assuming
paper.
that I change out the toilet paper.
Well, changing the toilet paper will
Depends
not
where
cause
I'm
brain
at,
damage.
actually. Depends where I'm at, right? And it depends on the thickness of the ply. Right? I mean, if
That's
it's
probably what she said.
Hey.
Wow.
Thank you very much. Try the veal, folks. Stop if it's devolving into name calling. The sandwich is to give a minute to frame the strategy, to stay with the goal,
Fineness.
finesse, community. Yeah, right, yeah.
Well, you don't want to piss somebody off right away because they're not going to listen to you. They'll shut down. If you come in giving something a negative right off
Well,
the
you
bat,
should
they're
know
gonna
right
shut
off the
down.
bat if you're coming into my office and I couldn't say it in front of anybody else. This is not going to be a good conversation.
You think so? Are you programmed like that? If the boss calls you in, that's something wrong.
Anytime you're in school, you get called to a dean's office. I don't go in there and
That's
get
different. You get-
congratulated.
right? Yeah, you don't get to go
They
to the dean's
congratulate you in
office.
front of all the kids.
Right. Yeah, they call you to the dean's office or the
Job
principal's
well done.
office.
Come in
You
here
know you
privately.
did something wrong. That's an obvious.
Yeah, but
right?
it's
so the
an-
dean's
but-
you're not gonna walk into the dean's office and be like, hey Kent, you're a really awesome dude, but you got to stop doing this stupid shit and then send you off in a positive note. They're there to fucking just dress you down. Like, you did this. Stop doing that shit. At least when I was growing up, I was raised by nuns, or went to school with nuns, right? So they dressed you down. Like, is that God? Would God be appreciative of that? It's not, hey, you're doing good, Scott, but we don't do this in God's eyes.
Very judgmental.
And then send me out great,
She's very, very judgmental.
She can be, if you ask her.
Right.
Pray to her.
If you help someone, it's a good conversation. Yeah, I mean that could be a whole different topic, a different show. Is just honesty and brutal conversations. What we would consider brutal today is not necessarily what we grew up with as brutal. I mean, even you. I mean, you're still a child, so I mean, you're so young.
Excuse you?
Did you read that book yet?
I am
told you
offended
The
by
Authentic Success.
Are
No,
we
I
child?
haven't.
See, that's for me. You call it brutal.
You're
brutal.
probably
I
smarter
call it
than
being
everybody
authentic.
sitting at this table.
Yeah, no,
Does that
it's-
make
yeah.
you
Right,
awesome?
like being
And why is
because
that-
if you're going to spend the time to talk to somebody, like you're spending your time, be honest with them, be straightforward. That's why I like the authentic.
Did we just
right?
glitch? Did the Matrix just glitch? I saw that.
Telling them really what's going on, being authentic, telling them what's going on. If you want to call it brutal, whatever. I mean, you're doing it for a reason.
It is Gen X, so much Gen X.
All I gotta say is I'm tired of these talkers, and we need more doers in this world.
Oh, so
The
much.
Amen.
talkers, I'm like, get the F out of my face.
And we all
And they're the biggest. They're the ones that give you the most advice, but
Right.
then they don't lead by example.
never.
And I'm so tired of being like, but you don't even walk the walk. So
They don't know that though.
Yeah, I walk the walk, but I often jump off the path and look at a bunny rabbit or blow dandelions.
you can get squirrelitis. That's fine. But get back on the path.
I walk the walk, but don't follow me because you're going to get muddy feet. We're going to get off the path a little bit and sit and stare at a tree or a butterfly or I'm like, ooh, squirrel.
Yeah, squirrelitis. That's a good thing though. Then you show people like there's happiness to the journey.
Yeah, they're like, hey, if this idiot can do it, I
Yeah,
can
I
run
could
this
do it.
company. This guy's a
That was the other thing
moron.
growing up when you're growing up, right? Lead by example.
Is that what your dad taught you?
Yeah, I mean, but he did it basically. That's what I was saying earlier. I learned by watching. They didn't necessarily hammer it to me, but I learned by watching. Just do it, right? Put your 100% into it, and keep moving forward until it no longer, I'm going to say, suits you, or that you realize that's not the path you need to be on.
So you're a voyeur.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, and actually,
Or wife.
because of my
Ladies,
ADHD,
close your curtains.
I am not a book. I
you
was not a
surprised
book
by my
learning
vocab?
person. All of my stuff was by doing or
I
watching.
was the same way. I couldn't
Right.
read because I'd be like, I'd read the same paragraph 8
10
times.
times,
Like,
right,
what did
yeah.
I just
Wonder
read?
Yeah, I
And
learned.
it's an hour and a half later.
Right, and you remembered the first word, the. right? And I honestly have learned by watching, listening, and then doing.
Yeah.
If I was not able to do that and to replicate what
Describes
other
the
people
voyeur
are
completely.
doing,
Watching,
right.
listening, and then doing.
That's right. You know it, baby.
And satisfaction.
Hey,
And a serial killer.
that's right. Well, no, I wouldn't go that far. You know, I mean, that is how
those
I
are
learned.
doers.
Those
You
are
know, and they
doers.
call that today. They call that mentorship, right? I mean, I learned from
Yeah.
other people's. I watched what they did. If this was an area I wanted to be in, or if this was the business, or I'm going to use the game I wanted to play, I learned by the players.
Yeah.
What are the rules to this game, right? Not reading it in a book. I mean, now I can read. I can actually have things, I guess, cemented by reading books that saying, you know, I learned it this way, then read the book. Oh, yeah, that really does make sense. I'm going down the right path, right? But I learned through what we call today mentorship. Learning from smarter people, not necessarily older, but people that know what I'm trying to accomplish or have already accomplished, and learning from them, right? And following.
I mean,
That's like 1% of the world, though. Most of us are very hands-on.
yeah.
You know, you got the select few that are like that are voyeurs.
I love, Lucy. She's 16.
I like how you turn.
And the reason I say that is that she's got to be doing something, right, while the teacher, she's drawing or playing with whatever they're called now.
Fidgets.
Widgets.
Well, those are they're like ice cubes that are squishy now. I don't know what they're called.
Stress balls.
Yeah, I call them a stress ball, and but she'll draw and doodle and do things, and that's how she locks in.
Calms her mind.
And so I love watching, like what you watch, you're like, oh, I did that. You see yourself in your kids, and you're like, no, I totally get you. I totally understand that you need to be doing something like that, because how many times in school did I space out because I was like, nah, right? And then it's just, so I love watching, as I say, my kids now, like my dad with the switch I didn't know what that meant at 10, but it was such a great seed of advice. It was such a great seed. And he may have just been like, I'm trying to get through to this little fuck.
It's the only way he understands is light switches for some damn reason.
Right. You've only got so many on and offs, boy.
And he may not have planted that as the incredible seed that it is grown into. But there are probably things that I have done or said to my kids that is that same seed that I had no idea, like, I was fucking with you, but they're like, oh, this is really formed my
If you
thought.
ain't first, you're last.
Yeah, right.
Well, I was high when I said that. That don't mean nothing at all.
You got a quarter pound of bam.
You're gonna have a few of those in life, but I mean, you wouldn't be where you're at if you weren't a visual, right?
Yeah, no, I'm
Or a voyeur, as
yeah.
Kelsey puts it.
Yeah,
right?
no, I got to
Same
do
here.
it.
I mean,
Yeah,
if I had to learn, if I had to be successful, I guess you would be in whatever I'm doing by reading it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't get to it yet because I'd still be rereading it and trying to figure out
I'm
what
like,
the hell
throw
they
me
said.
in the pit with all the animals.
Right, well,
Let's
get
go.
in there and
I'll
do
fight
it.
my way out.
Right, get in there and do it.
Or become friends with all of
Yeah,
them.
what's the just do it. Just
Get her
figure
done.
out get her done. Get her done.
That's it.
Shit.
But I think that's with life. I mean, so I'll take a look at your ages, where we were all like, you dumbasses, those video games, you're an idiot wasting your time. And now people are making millions of dollars playing video games.
Is that just crazy, right? You ever think that?
Tony Hawk, they're, get off that damn skateboard, you're not gonna amount to anything. Now Tony Hawk's a brand, and he, made millions of dollars riding a
He
skateboard.
followed what he loved.
Well, I don't know. I haven't ever
I don't
talked to
think
him.
it was that. I
But
just
I mean,
think the
you,
times
you have
change.
to. I mean,
Yeah.
you have to love skateboarding to do what they did. That's a lot of intense training and a lot of time to learn that. If you don't love it,
Oh, it
you're
ain't
just
easy.
doing it because
Yeah.
when he started out, it wasn't the norm. It wasn't,
Right.
hey, you become a skater, you make tons of money. He was doing it because he loved it. He
mean-
loved the innovation.
Yeah, but
and
it brought
came
in
with him.
revenue, so then that's why
But
it continued.
that's not what
Everything
he
is
started
money,
out
though.
doing
Right.
it though. I don't believe he
Yeah,
started out just looking
once
at
the
money.
the board company are like, hey, we kind of like that you can do a flip
Right.
thing-a-ding,
Right.
Yeah.
and so we're gonna start buying you boards. He's like,
Sponsor.
Right, he was
sponsor
doing what
that.
he loved, right?
And if
it
anybody wants to
happened.
sponsor this show,
Right. Well, I mean that's a good that's
You gotta
another.
stop smoking. You really
Right.
with it.
So that's actually, I'm glad you brought that
That's
point up.
it.
That's one of the things that really mom and dad sent at me is don't make money your focus when it comes to what you're going to do. Money is a byproduct doing what you love.
you should have listened to him.
Why? I did. I
was
do.
acceptance.
But I do have the blips, you know what I mean? But it's a simple thing. If you're doing what you love and enjoy,
Listen, we can't thank y'all enough for joining us.
Y'all are already?
Love,
we're at an hour.
love
Christ.
Minuteman Press at Crystal Lake. We love Caleb's Creations, everything, all of our sponsors. Big shout out again to ObsBot because this view that you're seeing
Me with no gray hair.
is from their tail too. Check them out at obsbot.com. Just an incredible. If you're going to do live streaming, this is the way to do it. And we've got great things happening. We've got intuitive innovations coming up later this morning. We've got Lisa Rock the Boat showing up in a couple of days. Just so much good stuff. Like, follow, subscribe, ring that bell on YouTube. We can't, I mean, for everybody who joins us on Friday morning for this crazy thing that we call the Grounds, we absolutely love you for that. And share it out with just one person. Just be like, hey, check out these idiots.
Thanks
and
for
your
tuning
life will
in.
be,
Yeah.
you'll realize your
Yeah,
life's not
yeah.
so bad.
yeah,
And that's my
exactly.
piece of advice.
Yeah, so thanks for tuning in, guys. Remember, go out there, work hard, be nice to people, and be the change you want to see in this world because it is up to you. One day, one person at a time. Thanks for tuning in. Like Kent said, like, share, and subscribe. And we will be here next Friday for you guys, so we hope you'll be with us then.
All right, podcasters, let's be honest for a second. If your show sounds like it was recorded inside of a tin can, in your cousin's basement, in a van down by the river with your dog barking in the background, it's time for an upgrade. That's where 216 Creator Studios comes in, the home of real production, real people who actually know what all those shiny buttons do. They've got pro mics, top-tier editing, and lighting that makes everyone look like they slept 8 hours, even if you didn't. Whether you're just starting out or you've been podcasting since people were still saying, smash that like button, give me a thumbs up. 216 Creator Studio helps you sound crisp, confident, and ready for the big leagues. So stop recording in your car, stop arguing with your USB mic, and get into 216 Creator Studios, where your podcast finally sounds as good as you think it does.